Boy, if that don't get you going, I don't know what will. I'm so
it.
excited for this one.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's Wednesday night, and y'all know what that means. It's time for another episode of the Motorsports Almanac. We've got a pretty big deal of a guest tonight, Mr. Spencer Hyde, top fuel and pro mod driver. Mr. Spencer, it's your birthday, but you're spending it with us, buddy. Thank you so much for jumping on with us.
Hey, no problem, guys. Thanks for having me on.
Man. Like I told you before the show, for me asking you to come on here out of a shot in the dark and you said yes, I told everybody, I said that was more or less a double take moment because I'm like, I did not expect to have a top fuel and Bromon driver come on for our second guest or third guest ever. So thank you. And hopefully we live up to expectations of some sort, even if they're low.
Yeah, I mean, we already know some of the ones that are going to be watching tonight. I mean, we're really excited to bring some new eyes to our shows. I mean, I'm not bragging on us, but we're not going to be able to keep up this pace of the guests that we've been able to have coming out of the gate here for the first 3 weeks. There's no way we can keep up this pace.
Sometimes you get lucky, but
yeah, I know.
Anyway, but for those out there, Spencer, how are you doing and what's going on in your world today?
I'm good, man. It's my birthday today, so I didn't work real hard today. Did a bunch of things I just had to get done that I've been putting off. So getting ready for snowbirds. We leave on Monday. Get down there. It's a couple-day drive for us, about 1,300 miles. So we'll leave Monday, get there Tuesday night, test Wednesday, Thursday, and then get ready for qualifying on Friday.
Sweet. Now, you have a roots blower setup or a screw charger setup on yours for snowbirds?
I got a screw setup on it right now.
All right. Well, I guess we should start leaning into questions. So a lot of our audience, I can say right now, it's a lot of polling audience. We come from a polling world. We're pollers ourselves.
Yeah.
But what the page is directed upon motorsports, and we're not just a polling page, we're a motorsports page. So for those out there that are polling audience, can you give us a little spiel of who you are, where you come from, because you're obviously not from the States, and day job besides what you do on the racetrack? Yeah,
so I'm Spencer Hyde. I drive a pro modified car and a top fuel dragster. That's not my day job. We have a family construction business that I'm quite involved in. So I run the day-to-day operations for that. We build apartment buildings and houses and car dealerships and do some factory work and stuff like that, and do a lot of land development. The racing thing, like I said, is just kind of a hobby, but it's became more like a second job the last couple of years here. Winning the World Series of Pro Mod race kind of changed everything in the racing world and opened some new doors and some new opportunities that I've been able to take advantage of. And I've raced more this year than I have in any other year past, and it's been a lot of fun.
Now, I've watched a bunch of podcasts you've been on, or they've talked about World Series Pro Mod, aka Shake and Bake Show, where they've been there, they watched you do it.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like an anticlimactic way that you won the World Series of Pro Mod, because you were in the number 32 spot to do it.
Yeah, we were one of the last teams invited. And we didn't qualify well. We tested there all week and kind of struggled through testing. We tried a whole bunch of different stuff and a bunch of different converter stuff. And we made some good runs, but nothing we were real happy with. And the car just fought us in qualifying. We made good runs, like we were making high 360 runs, but as you've seen, it was a 368 with a 2, I think, to get in, and we made that on Q4. We barely made Q4. We changed an engine right before. So, qualifying in itself amongst that group of cars was a win alone. And then, the chip draw kind of worked in our favor. We didn't have to run the number 1 qualifier right away. Mind you, we ran number 2 and number 3 with Jason Harris and Axeman.
Marcus Burt.
Yeah, Marcus Burt. So, we had some tough competition, but we just kind of kept picking away at it. And, it was one of those races where, when it's your day, it's your day. And I had a couple guys have some tardy lights against me that they don't normally do that. And luckily I was up on the wheel and, was like 020, 011, 018, stuff like that. So we just happened to get it done. And then by the time we rolled around in the final, we had enough runs on the car. Mark was feeling pretty good about where it was at. And we went 64 with a 3 or something, which I think was the second quickest run of the entire event. So, it was a pretty good deal.
Yeah. You had like 100 some odd people behind you on the starting line for that final round, and they were just all locked in, and seeing that reaction was just cool as hell.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Like, we were definitely one of the smaller names on the list, but we sure showed everybody we were there.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes they don't need to know who you are. They just need to know your impact.
That's right.
So this is very true.
Yeah, we've seen that before. But anyway, for me, I didn't really hear the story. What got you into Pro Mod? I know people start somewhere in racing, young junior dragster, even stock eliminator, something like that on the smaller end. Where did you start?
Yeah, I started a junior dragster. Started when I was 14. Ran 3 years in junior. Then got into top dragster. Did 1 year top dragster, then went into top sportsman and ran a bunch of years in top sportsman. And then we just progressively got quicker and quicker in the top sportsman stuff. That led to Outlaw 10.5. That was my first kind of heads up experience. We had a local series here in Canada that we ran Outlaw 10.5, and that was kind of a good natural stepping stone to pro modified. And I think our first pro mod race was in 2017, and just kind of kept picking away at it. And it took 4 or 5 years, but I'd say kind of coming off of end of 2021, Snowbirds 2021, I was pretty confident that we had a combination that could run with the best in the world. We went down to Snowbirds and we got down to 8 cars or something. We qualified 5th or 7th or something like that. So anyways, that's kind of when I knew that we had the right stuff, and we've just kept picking away at it the last couple of years. And our last outing in Virginia, we ran multiple 360 flat runs. Our Sunday, we should have ran a couple of 358s, 359s, and just supercharger kept falling off the thing. We had a little bit of a wiring issue that we've since fixed. So we're looking forward to Snowbirds. We've got a pretty happy car right now.
Coming in hot, ready to sling the guns around.
Yeah, buddy.
So that last race in Virginia, that was a PDR final, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, we qualified like 7th or something, and we went 361 to qualify 7th. I mean, when the world record's 356 and you're running within 500ths of that and qualifying 7th, that's some pretty tight racing.
That is some pretty tight and tough racing.
Oh, yeah. And these guys are on the tree. I mean, especially guys like Jason Harris, like they're 00 almost every run and rarely go red. It's hard. Like I was 006 or 007 or something red in the second round, but I mean, you got to be everybody's 15 or better there. If you're not going 00 red, you're not trying. So
right, and most of the time, if 001, 002, it's like damn near almost a bad job of red lighting, but you got to do that to get ahead of these boys.
100%.
Yeah. So now you say you run the Pro Mod category. Why? That's the same category that Shelton's and Strickland's run too, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
okay.
So they run. They've run PDRA and Midwest and stuff like that, but they're kind of focused on the NHRA stuff right now, which that's a great series too. It's a little bit different. It's the only quarter-mile series left. It's a little bit different snack bracket. You got to really have your stuff together and spend some money on some R&D and go and show your stuff. I'm very interested in going over and running there. It's something that we've been talking about. It's just a big change with the 8th mile stuff and the PDRA. That rule set's fairly similar to multiple other sanctioned bodies, so you can kind of run anywhere on any weekend with that 8th mile rule set, with small changes like weight or overdrive or, little stuff like that. That's not big money, but NHRA is a totally different game. It's, like I said, it's the only quarter mile series. You're limited to a 411 gear ratio for our combination. You're limited to a small valve head or a legal valve head, which I have. So, I mean, it's doable, but it's a different program, and you got to go test a lot to run with those guys. I mean,
Right.
Mark Savage that tunes me, he works with the Bahrain 1 team, and those guys are testing, every other weekend that they're not at the racetrack, and they got 3-4 cars.
Right. They got, Justin, Chris, Khaled.
Yeah, it's you got to go in there with a big wallet, and if you want to try and compete or team up with one of those guys and share data. And same thing with the pro line cars. I mean, you got Petty over there working on 8 cars, and they've just got so much data and knowledge, and it's hard to run against those guys as a privateer. So I'm not saying we won't do it at some point, but it's a different program.
It's more or less a down the road thing. I know Shelton's, they're in it now, but it was just something that Stan had to wait to get into, and like he said, he wanted to get into it for a while, but it was just the right timing of when to get into it. But
yeah,
right.
Yeah, they started in our world, and watching them do what they do, success here and success in the racing world, it's just cool to see. But have you ever lined up against Stan before, or even like his teammate in the NHRA, Rivenbark?
I don't know if I've actually ever ran down beside Stan. I mean, I've raced with him at PDRA. They were at Galot this year. I know a bunch of his crew guys really well, Hank Jackson and Lee White, both fantastic guys. I've met Stan a few times, but I don't think I've actually ever raced him. Actually, I have ran against him. We ran each other in Galot, I think. We went like 61 and 62 beside each other, something like that. A couple of good runs, but from what I hear, he's kind of one of the ringleaders over there at the NHRA Pro Mod stuff, and I've heard some very good things about him, and I know he's successful in the tractor pull world. One of my crew guys is a big tractor pull fan. They go to Bowling Green every year. I've been a couple times with them as well, and
wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's
a hoot, ain't it?
Yeah, it's awesome. It's awesome, and we got a lot of local tractor pull stuff up here too in Canada, which just the fall fair stuff. It's mostly farm classes, but we do get some super stock stuff and some unlimited multi-engine stuff, which is cool to watch. But yeah.
So what is your impression of tractor pulling compared to the drag racing? Like, what are the big differences you see as far as the marketing for it goes, and even the competitive aspect? Because I mean, we're bolting on for just minimums. I don't know. Did it drop?
There, you're back.
Oh, you're back now.
Are we having trouble?
Yeah. He was talking about the bolting on.
What happened?
He was talking about the bolting on the 4-engine combinations and tuning aspect, even when it comes to marketing aspect. Whereas you guys have, doesn't matter if it's Pro Mod, Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, any of it. It's all big sponsor or even any type of sponsor. It's all covered up. Polling, it's more or less a separate private entity. So I don't know if you can weigh in on some of that.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's all a bunch of guys that are spending too much money on having fun, but it is a lot of fun. And it's my birthday today, and I look at my Facebook page, and it's all race people I've met through racing that, aside from my family and some of my close friends that have reached out and wished a happy birthday. That to me is what it's all about. It's a community in itself, but it's all the same. We're all there to have fun and compete, and some take it more serious than others. But the tractor pull stuff, from what I've seen, you guys run once or twice a day. We try and run on Sunday, anyways. You want to run 4 or 5 times, depending on how many car field it is. But same thing. It's just you leave it all on the line. It's all about the run in front of you, and you don't want to wreck your stuff, but you only got 1 shot at it or 2 shots at it. You're going out there and tuning it up and hoping you can make the best run possible. So
right. And and there's some similarities, but there's a lot of differences too. I mean,
yeah, like I would say our combination is probably, most similar to your mini rod stuff, right? The blown alcohol,
right?
Or the blown alcohol trucks, but that multi-engine stuff is crazy. I'd hate to be the poor son bitch that's got to lash the valves on all them things.
Yeah, you should see the guys that live out here in Iowa that do 5 engines.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any here left. Let's just say that.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah. I was watching Pro Pulling League on Sunday whenever they were on CBSN. My girlfriend saw a modified for the first time. She said, "What is that contraption?" I'm like, "That's exactly what it is. Pretty much is a contraption with 4 of those things strapped on there."
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yep. So have you ever thought about jumping over into the pulling world? I know there's some mini stuff over there.
I've never really thought about it. I mean, I've been to several pulls and I enjoy going to watch, but I guess drag racing is kind of my thing. But I mean, if someone said, "Hey, come jump in this tractor and give it a whirl," I probably wouldn't say no.
Where's our mini rod guys when we need them?
Well, I've got the Shelton boys on the phone. I could,
Yeah,
they got enough stuff.
We've got a few comments rolling in. Spencer, Brett Shorefight, he's checking in with us.
Click on Nick's
Carl Downs. He's checking in. WSOP bound.
Yeah, World Series Pro Mod. Yeah, we'll be there. That's in beginning of March. We're gonna
jump on Nick's comment.
Go there.
A couple of happy birthday wishes in here too.
Thank you.
Mr. Dostal watching from Nebraska, Mr. A.T. Woodyard, Belled Bluegrass checking in, and then Mick Broughton.
Yeah, click on that one. Can you see that, Spencer?
Yeah.
For those listening on auto, it says, "When we went drag racing, it really opened our eyes to suspension and chassis development. I think getting a car hooked and down the track fast and safe contributed to our success pulling this season." Right, Mick and them actually did some drag racing themselves too, and it is impressive to see the chassis and especially the suspension development, because you guys run a car with a suspension.
Yeah, that's one of the unique things of the Pro Mod class. Like, we're kind of the fastest suspended door cars, in drag racing, and the chassis and the suspension is huge. Everybody makes good power. Everybody makes, whatever, 3,000 to 4,000 horsepower, depending on their combination. And we've got weight rules with each engine combination, but it really comes down to the chassis tuning and suspension. And we've been playing with that a lot the last couple of years. And the shock technology has come so far. And we just front halved our car this year in the middle of the season and put on some different front struts, longer travel, and they're controlled with air and something like that I didn't think would make a big difference. You can totally change how the chassis reacts with weight transfer and leaving the starting line and stuff, and it made the car so much happier. We picked up, 10th and a half and 60 feet just with the front struts and being able to control that. And something that you don't even really think of until you see it on the computer and you see the results on the time slip. So that's very important. And a lot of guys, that's why they hire these tuners. It's not always to make the fuel system right and to make the engine make power. It's to make the chassis work properly. And Pro Stock in NHRA is a prime example. Those guys, they've got the chassis so fine-tuned that they can make such minute adjustments to change the car, and a lot of people don't understand that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. For those that aren't in the tuning world or people that work on it, like you said, the smallest little change can make the biggest difference.
Yeah, that kind of falls into Cody's question too, of how has tuning changed in terms of innovation. That's kind of what we just went through with Spencer on that last part right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Russell, I totally agree. Tractor pulling's like run the finals in a drag race with no one next to you, hoping it's the best run.
Hopefully, you got best tune up for the track, I guess.
Drag racing is not totally different. Like, we're running beside someone, but at the end of the day, you're racing yourself. You can't control what the other guy's doing. So,
right.
you can kind of look at the historical data and see what kind of runs they've been making, what kind of lights they've been cutting. But at the end of the day, you're racing yourself. You're trying to put as quick a time up as possible and hope it's enough. So it's not totally different than tractor pulling in that aspect.
Right, and then you got to put a tune-up down for the track that you're dealt with. If you're not the guy with the lane choice there, you got to hope that you don't end up with a track that's not going to handle what you got for it.
100%. I mean, thankfully, most of the facilities we go to now, and with the track prep teams that are out there, they almost always give us a pretty good surface, but you still get those circumstances where you get bald spots and where you've got a little bit too much glue, or one lane's better than the other, and you got to kind of take that into consideration and know making the run that the next run having lane choice is important. So you're trying to make as good a run all the time as you can.
Right.
Yup. Bingo.
Gurball's checking in. He's one of our constant viewers. He said, "Who's your favorite competitor to line up against?"
Oh, I don't really know, to be honest. I don't have any arch rivalries or anything. I lined up against Steve Torrance this weekend in Top Fuel, which was pretty cool, in Pomona. 4-time world champion. We had him first round. I knew it was a pretty big mountain to climb, but you know what? It was just cool just to line up against him. In the pro mod stuff, right now I would say Jason Harris is probably I would say he's the best driver right now. He's got a really good car. He's kind of who I strive to be as good as, but there's tons of them. I mean, Melanie Salemi, Kurt Stedding. The list goes on pretty deep. There's some really good, talented drivers and really good race cars. If I had to pick someone that I want to beat badly, it'd be Jason Harris, and it's not because I don't like him. It's just because I know he's really good.
Yeah. You always, and it's not saying you're not at the top. It's like same thing here. Points leader, or the guy that's making the most power, or the guy that's just whooped everybody's butt the weekend before. It's like, yeah, they kind of have a target on their back now. You kind of want to run down to beat them.
100%.
You're exactly right. Mick left another one in there too. He said, "I think we're just seeing the very beginning of shock development in the four-wheel drive trucks. We're lucky to have Joe Fitzpatrick in our corner with the chassis." That kind of goes along too, Wyatt, with us with the spring load front ends that we see in our classes and the pro stocks and the super stocks, wouldn't you say, to a degree?
A little bit, yeah.
Because I've seen those spring loaded front ends save the front ends of tractors a lot.
I wouldn't say that more or less. I'd say it more or less in the four-wheel drive trucks, because you don't have a suspension setup that works great. Once the load comes on the hitch point, they're gonna bounce, or they're gonna lock in. They're just gonna fly. So that's where I'd say I'd see it the most.
So I mean, can you adjust those shocks based on the surface that you're on? I mean, or does that really go into it at all?
We adjust the shocks almost every run.
Okay.
It's pretty fine movements, but we'll change the ride height of the car in the front, an eighth of an inch, and it sounds so small and minute, but just raising that up will just get that nose up enough that when you let go of the button, it transfers the weight that much better. And when you're in a hot racetrack and you're on the verge of shaking the tires or making good traction, that's sometimes all the difference it takes. Or even putting 5 pounds in the trunk when it's hot, or taking that 5 pounds out at night when it's cold and the track tightens up. So having a lot of runs and someone that can read the racetrack and understands how much more bite the track has at 80 degrees than 120 degrees. It's basically a big science project, really, when you look at it. But that's why you got to have someone around that knows what they're looking at and puts on a lot of runs in a year. And I got Mark Savage over there. He races with the Bahrain 1 team, and he's in Bahrain and Dubai all winter, and Australia and all over the place in the US all summer. I mean, that those amount of runs are just valuable information to have. And it's pretty crazy how little a change you can make. And that's what determines if you're going to get down the track or not.
Yes, sir.
We got some more comments in here too. Miss Courtney Enders saying happy birthday to you, Spence.
That's cool. We have not had a big name comment like that before. I don't care. Hi, Courtney. That is cool as shit for us. Sorry, my language.
That is. That's really awesome. Thanks for watching. No kidding.
Because as someone who watches Shake and Bake every week, that's sweet.
Yeah. Russell Dostal again with this one. He said track conditions can change in both sports, especially with the sun going down, makes the people change their steps. I mean, he's absolutely right. I mean, nighttime, the moisture comes up for us during the summertime most of the time.
Go to Cody's.
Yeah, that was next.
I think we've seen that in Pro Mod a little bit with Justin Bond. He had quite a start to the year. I don't know if you pay attention a lot to the NHRA like point season, but then very last race of the season. This is a question I had about the Pro Mod finish, where Castellana just comes in, snaps that.
Yeah, that's NHRA does that. They do the points all season and then they reset it for the countdown. So I mean, Justin won 3 races early in the year and he was leading the points. And you know, if they wouldn't have reset it, he would have ran away with it. But it reset at Indy and then it's the last 4 races that count. So they had a good race car and he had a couple races where he didn't have very good light and it wasn't even a bad light. He was like 40 and 50. But again, these guys are so good. You know, he gets beat with someone's got a 10 or a 15 and you know, you get behind in that countdown and it doesn't take long to fall out of first spot and they had a good car going into Vegas and you know, Mike Castellana with Frank Manzo, you can't count those guys out. They just keep picking away at it and you know, they went more rounds than Justin did on Sunday and really that was a situation. Whoever went further in that race was going to win the championship, and it just didn't work out for Justin, which is too bad. I was rooting for him, fellow Canadian, and he's a good dude. But you know, it was good to see Mike win too. He's been there a long time working at that, and they're good people over there, and you know, it's nice to see them win.
No kidding. Yeah, it's Justin early this season. You damn near couldn't beat the guy.
No, he was on fire and he was driving good, and that car was just a hot rod. And that was with the Pro Charger car. And then when the rules changed kind of mid-season, he brought out the screw car for the countdown, and everybody kind of questioned him. But you know, they had the data with Belushi's car, and then they brought the Pro Charger car out to block, and I don't think it was the wrong decision because the screw car out-qualified the Pro Charger car at every race in the countdown. But, you know, the Pro Charger car won one and went, I don't know, we went to the finals or semis in Vegas too. So with Jordan Lasik driving and that kid can wheel a car too. So, yeah, it was unfortunate for Justin, but that's just the way the cards fall. I'm quite sure he'll be back next year with a little bit of chip on his shoulder and try and get it again.
I bet you they're going to be testing a whole lot, and like you said, they're going to be coming out swinging.
Yeah, they sent 3 cars over to Bahrain, so they're going over there. I think right after Snowbirds. So I think Mark leaves from Snowbirds on the Monday to go to Bahrain and start running over there. So
yeah, and just to jump in here too for everyone that's watching, and Spence, maybe you can kind of put this in a racing term for us, but after we're finished with our interview with you, we are going to be doing our National Farm Machinery Show predictions. I know we kind of double titled it, and for us, that's our Super Bowl. What would the equivalent of that be in your world?
The NHRA side of things, it would be the U.S. Nationals. You know, Indianapolis, that's the biggest race every year. It's Labor Day weekend. It's points and a half. It's kind of where the regular season ends and the countdown begins. In the outlaw pro mod world, I'd have to say World Series of Pro Mod. I mean, that's the biggest, baddest race. It's $100,000 to win. You know, we were lucky enough to win it this year, and that was a pretty cool deal. I don't think anything else in the pro mod world really compares to that. A little bit biased because I won it, but there's no other purse that big. There's no other.
No.
That race had 50 cars. 50 that qualified within a tent. Like that is insane. 5 different engine combinations, within a tenth of a second for 50 cars.
With a whole lot of different chassis and different body styles. And
absolutely unheard of. And West did such a good job putting on that race, and Flo rocked it with their live feed. And I don't think anything tops that.
No. Snowbird's got a lot of cars too, right? They got 52, right?
Yeah, there's 52 cars, and it's 52,000 win. I mean, that's an old race. That race has been going on for 52 years, so hence the 52 and 52. But that's one that's on my list. I really want to win it, just because it's a classic. It's been going on for so long, and us being from Ontario, Canada, Florida is our winter destination. So we call ourselves snowbirds when we go down there in the wintertime to get out of the snow. So I'm pretty excited about this weekend or next weekend. I think we got a pretty good car. Bradenton's been good to me, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we've got a comment here from Carl Downs. He said you need to invite Courtney Enders onto the show for some marketing perspectives.
Yeah, she's busy. She I can't keep up with her schedule. She just got off a 13-week in a row. She was everywhere. NHRA with Erica and World Cup, and I don't know. She was all over, man. I think she's finally enjoying a weekend off, but you never know. You might be able to get her on.
Yeah. Miss Courtney, if you're watching still.
Like I said, shot in the dark.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Mick said pro mod guys running slippery clutches and automatic. What size clutch?
We're not giving any secrets. He's just talking about maybe general terms.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we're no, there's no secrets really. Guys have kind of gone away from the clutch. Actually, pretty much everybody's gone away from the clutch. You still see it in alcohol funny car, but even some of those guys are going to torque converter stuff, and mostly that's just because of the between round maintenance, and the converter technology has came so far. We run a bolt together torque converter, so we can pull it apart between runs and change the stator and fin angle and tighten it or loosen it up with weather conditions and track conditions. So it's just much more raceable. But we run like a 10-inch torque converter that, like I said, we can change every run. So there's no real specific setting, but we can change how efficient the pump is and the fin angle on the stator and how many fins and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. Like that's probably one of the biggest tuning tools right now in mod racing is the torque converter.
That I've heard that a lot. I kind of want to jump into the other questions, which is the other category you drive, which is probably one of the coolest ones out there. I think we go with Cody's question first.
Okay.
Which I think has a lot to do with what I'm going to ask. You drive Top Fuel.
Yeah.
Which is probably the pinnacle of drag racing of vehicles to drive. My first question was, how did you get started in Top Fuel? And then I'll go on and ask like multiple questions when it comes to, maybe.
Top Fuel's, like you said, it's the pinnacle of the sport, or it's one of the pinnacle classes. I would say, Top Fuel, Funny Car, and Pro Stock are kind of all the pinnacle in their own element or their own way. I've always just wanted to drive Top Fuel ever since I was in junior dragster. They're the fastest cars. They're the loudest. Anyways, we got a team out of Canada here, Peyton Racing. They've been running at my home track for as long as I can remember, longer than I've been around. And so they've always kind of been the ones to watch, and I got to know them a little bit over the last few years, and an opportunity came up to license in their car last year. And so I made a run in Toronto, an 8th-mile run. It went really well. And I finished my license in Gainesville in February, just before the World Series of Pro Mod. And again, those two license runs went really well. And then I did some match racing. They got 2 cars, so I did some match racing with one of their team owners, Todd Payton. This summer we did a couple of races. Him and I just went in and kind of a show for some larger events in Canada and northern New York. And anyways, both those events went well, and they were bugging me to do an NHRA race, and I said, if I can find some funding, I'll go do it, and put something together with Elite Motorsports and Richard Freeman for Pomona. Those guys, the Paytons, were already out in Vegas with Kelly Harper driving the car, so it just made sense for them to do the two on the West Coast at the end of the year. So went out to Pomona and ran with them, and aside from the fireball on Friday, things went pretty well. Ran a career best with the car on Saturday at 377, and all three runs we made were going to go 75 to 77, which they were very happy with, and as a driver, it was a lot of fun.
Now, wasn't the 77 like for the family the fastest or quickest they've had the car go?
Yeah, so they've been 79 twice with it, with Cam Floyd driving, and they've had the right stuff. They just haven't had the right opportunity to go as fast as we did on Saturday, and even Friday, the run that we fireballed it dropped a valve seat, fell out of the head, and broke a valve, and then just a bunch of shit happened after that. But that was on a 77 run too, and then Q3 we missed Q2. They were fixing the car. Those guys basically had to rebuild the whole car from the windshield back, and Q3 it went out, and they asked me to shut it off a little early just to make sure everything was working properly. That was probably the best run the car made. Actually, I know it was. It went 287 miles an hour to half track, which is exactly what Josh Hart went when he ran 374. So I know we were on pace to go probably 75, 76. Anyways, clicked it off a little early, and then Q4 we took it out the back and went 77, and the guys were pretty happy with that. Very happy. It was their quickest run and my quickest run, and they're excited to go to Gainesville and pick away at it from there.
That's always a good feeling going to race day when you can, at least have your quickest run be your last run before race day. So
yeah, we had to put a cylinder out right at the step on race day against Steve, but they shut it off pretty quick. But they just, they're not a full-time touring team. They don't have the budget that some of these other teams have, and they just didn't want to risk it on Sunday. And Steve made a good clean run. He went 372. We weren't going to run with that, so they made the right call and shut it off.
The next question I was going to have, which has to do with the World Finals, you were there. That's where you made your NHRA debut in competition. And it has to do with how the finals went down. And what'd you think of? Were you there watching the final in Top Fuel?
Oh yeah, I was on the starting line.
What did you think? What did you think about that coming down to the very last race?
It was awesome, honestly. They couldn't have wrote it up any better. I had sort of mixed emotions. I wanted to see, I'm a Leah fan. I wanted to see Tony Stewart Racing double up. They had already won the championship with Hagen, but at the same time, how can you not love Doug Coletta and the Coletta Motorsports team? And he's been doing this 26 years, and he's been the bridesmaid 6 times. So everybody, I think, wanted to see him win. And to make a good side-by-side run and get that win was pretty awesome. And to watch the fans and all the race crews and different teams surround Connie Coletta on the starting line, that was pretty awesome. I don't know if you ever see something like that again.
I heard it was the first time that finals came down in Top Fuel, at least since 1991, the championship come down to. And
yeah, they said that, but I think Doug Coletta got beat by Tony Schumacher in 2006, the run when Tony had to win the race and set the world record, and that was for the championship too. So I think they might have misspoke a little bit when they said that, but still, 06 is 18 years ago,
right?
But yeah, it was pretty crazy. I mean, that's what you want to see. You want it to come down to the end, and even the funny car, it was down to it was second round basically. Hagen at the beginning of the round looked like he was done. Wasn't expecting to see Height go out and Tasca, and they both lost. So I can't imagine how long that felt for him sitting down there at the top end waiting for Robert Hyde to go smoke the tires. But I mean, they were all good. I mean, Gage Herrera kind of had it wrapped up. Everybody knew that was going to happen. And Erica had, one hand on it, but she still had to win around. And that was, I was kind of part of their team that weekend, which was pretty cool. And she works her ass off over there, and she did a hell of a job. And she had a car that could have won the race. She was 15 out in the semifinal there when it chipped the tire, and just wasn't their day. But the whole race was a pretty cool experience.
Mm-hmm.
For those like Shane who have never been to an AHRA race,
no, I haven't.
What would you tell them to make them go and experience something like Mick's comment, to experience something like Pro Mod, Top Fuel, Funny Car, Pro Stock, etc., all the above?
I guess the coolest part is a little bit like the tractor pulling, but like every ticket's a pit pass. I mean, you can get into the pits right with all the Top Fuel cars and Funny Cars and Pro Stock cars, and
really,
literally, they might be stanchioned off at the end of the trailer, but you stand there long enough, and someone will probably let you come in and check it out. And
oh wow,
it's like you can stand right there when they fire these things up, and it's just a cool experience. You're right there when they're tearing them down and rebuilding, and there's nothing else in the world that feels like two Top Fuel cars or two Funny Cars leaving the starting line. It shakes your entire body.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing really to explain it. You just have to go there and experience it. And,
it's damn near unexplainable what happens.
It is. It's wild. And like I said, you can get right down there in with everybody. All the drivers are very, approachable and reachable. It's not like NASCAR or Formula One where you're never going to see the driver. You're never going to get close to them. Like I said, you stand at the back of the trailer long enough, they're going to come out and invite you in or come out and sign an autograph. So it's a pretty neat deal.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So you mentioned the Formula One thing, and we were going to save this kind of for whenever we get into in between our topics here. Did you catch anything from the Formula One race in Las Vegas this past weekend? What was your opinion on that one?
I don't know. I didn't watch the race. I watched the highlights on Monday or Sunday. I think they hyped it up so much that it was a bit of a bust, but I don't know. I mean, I think they got a lot of things to work on. It's definitely a cool venue. I had a buddy that was in Vegas when I was in Pomona, and he said like the whole city was turned upside down for it.
That's how Nashville is. Never any car to town, and I think it's August.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, I think they'll be able to improve on it. They got some work to do. When you see the Williams cars qualifying 6th and 7th or 7th and 8th or something, you definitely know it's a unique track. But I think it's a good venue. It's a good spot for it. So I'm sure they'll work on it and get it figured out for next year.
Yeah, hopefully they do.
One of the questions up here, and it was like the third part of it, I think Cody asked it. Said, speaking drag strip only, what class would you want to drive in Sunday, and what's the end?
I think I lost you there.
I think we lost him. He's been having some bad weather up there.
Okay. I think I got most of the question. One class that I haven't drove in that I'd like to drive in is Pro Stock. I would say that's kind of the very much a driver's class, leaving with a clutch and rolling through the gear, shifting 4 times. These guys and girls are absolutely fantastic at what they do. I mean, you can ruin a run by missing a shift point by 100 RPM. So I would love to try that, and I probably have a pretty good connection to make that happen. But at the end of the day, I love driving the Pro Mod, and I love driving the Top Fuel car as well. So we're gonna probably stick to those two right now, and And you never know. I'd race anything with wheels. So if the right opportunity comes up, I'll get in whatever.
Yeah. Let's see here. Jacob Ole, he said always how a guy gets a job on pit crew. It's such a niche deal. Always found the engine rebuilds at Indy to be awesome.
Yeah, I mean that's one of the biggest problems in our sport right now is finding good crew people, and it's not that hard. It might seem hard. There's no real stream to get into it, but you got to get on Facebook or whatever and get in touch with these people. A lot of the big teams will have websites that you can apply within and stuff, but all teams are always looking for good crew people. So if you're mechanically inclined and have a passion for drag racing or motorsports at all, get in touch. There's ways to get in touch with these teams, and like I said, we're always looking. I'm fortunate. I got 5 really good guys that come with me to every race, and most of them are just family and buddies from home here. So
that's pretty much how we are with pulling. I mean, there's some weekends we don't know who's going with us till the day before. Just depending on what the season is.
Fortunately, I don't have that. I mean, I've got, like I said, 5 or 6 guys that I rely pretty heavily on, and it's not their job. I mean, they all have full-time jobs, so I'm just fortunate enough that they like to take some of their holidays to come racing with me. So
yeah, this is something I'd be curious to know too from Jacob Ole again. He said, does the pit crew run practice drills for the quick rebuilds of the engines, or?
I mean, some of the big teams might. We don't. I mean, we rebuild all our own stuff here in the shop. So I mean, I wouldn't say we practice for speed, but just the more you do it, the more familiar you get with it, and everybody kind of knows their job. So when it comes down to it in a time crunch situation, everybody can jump in and get it done pretty quick. So, but you know what, like I know what you're saying. Like some of the NASCAR teams and Formula One teams, I'm sure they practice nonstop, but this stuff's so repetitious that I think everybody just knows their job and can get it done.
Yeah. How quick the Formula One pit stops can be are pretty impressive.
That's insane. I mean, the pit crew, they're more athletes than the drivers, I would say. It's
yeah. Cody Vanderholm, Cody's one of our photographer buddies. He's a really good friend of ours. He said, how about hiring an in-house NHRA photographer? He'd take really, really good pictures.
He's got some cool stuff.
Yeah,
I'm biased because we see him all the time, but he's got some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I've got kind of my social media stuff locked down. Courtney's been helping me out with it actually, but she was doing my stuff at Pomona. But there's always opportunity again with the pro race teams for good photographers. So.
Oh, is that division that they hire in is kind of on that digital side of things and stuff like that?
What's that?
The digital marketing side of it, I guess you could say. It's kind of showcasing your team and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, like all the big teams have their own photographers and PR people. So.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's definitely became a bigger business in the last 5 years.
Yeah. Mick Broughton said, "What brand of oil do you run, Spencer, in yours?"
Well, I've actually just very recently put a deal together with Redline Oil. We're gonna be running their stuff. I already run some of their stuff, but we're gonna be trying out some more of their products here next weekend at Snowbirds, and looking forward to it. So
awesome.
Mick has quite a connection. He knows the guys down at PBRC, Precision Built Race Cars in Brownburg, Indiana, and he's gonna be down there at PRI. Are you meet PRI, Spencer?
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be back. I'll probably get home Tuesday from Snowbirds, and then I'll leave Thursday for PRI. So
sweet.
I might.
You need to come. I'm going.
I know. I might. Cody said, he said every social media content creator needs a good photographer. You're not wrong. Photos speak volumes, and what we do, they tell a lot of stories.
So, I'm actually out of questions.
Me too.
Anybody
I'm sure
else got
Spencer
any-
wants to get back to celebrating his birthday for a little bit anyway.
It's all
Yeah,
good.
we took an hour out of your time to celebrate like you on your birthday. I couldn't believe that you did that. So
No,
I mean, if you
worries.
want to hang around while we do the second half of our show, you certainly can.
yeah,
we're not
we're
gonna tell you no to that.
Yeah, well, I'll hang out in the green room here for a bit or whatever. You guys carry on with your thing, and thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining
so
us, dude. Happy
much,
birthday.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
See you, Spencer. Thank you. We'll be in touch.
All right.
Wow. That was fun.
We've had 3 different interviews: a monster truck driver, the big toy pulling team, and a Top Fuel / Pro Mod driver.
I'm telling you, we can't keep it up, dude.
No, we can't.
This is awesome.
If
Yeah,
we do, I don't know.
I mean, we can't say a big enough thank you to all of our guests that have come on with us. I mean, Joe Sylvester, the Roberts team, and now Spencer Hyde. I mean, those have been 3 awesome guests for us to have onto our show. But we did double title this show, and it's time that we jump into that. National Farm Machinery Show Championship Tractor Pull in Louisville, Kentucky is coming up in February. Everybody knows it. The list normally comes out about the first or second week in December. So we got together, went over things, talked things out, argued over some things probably in between, and put together the list of competitors we think it's going to be in the classes. We will straight up say we skipped doing pro stocks because there are 48 of them. And us doing 48 pro stocks, we'd be here a while, but
plus they didn't even fill all the spots last year. It was 46 of the 48 spots filled. So
yeah, I will say though, for the pro stock side of things, I'm 90% sure you're going to see a debut / return in the pro stock class, and you're going to see a debut.
No kidding. For any of the polling fans or racing fans that like polling too, tell your friends or share this right now that people aren't watching. Tell them to get on because this might be a little more controversial than having just an interview.
Yeah,
might stir some shit up here.
Yeah, so people have asked me beforehand if we were going to bring back the ranking show. I mean, that's where we pretty much made our start and where we came from. We are not going back to doing a ranking show.
No.
We're just not.
End of discussion right now.
But this is something I've always wanted to do. And we put our heads together, and hopefully we're not too far off, and we're either going to look really, really good or we're going to look really stupid. We'll see. There's no in between.
It's just predictions. Anything can happen.
Yeah. And disclaimer ahead of time, we know absolutely nothing. Nothing at all. We have not been tipped off about, oh, yeah, this person's in, this person got their letter. No, we have no idea.
This is simply just opinions and thinking.
Yep. So, Wyatt, with that being said, you want to pull it up?
I cannot share anything, but I can. Can you pull up a Excel spreadsheet to type this in?
I sent you the admin invite. I
can't get it done on here right now. Well, people throw in the comments what class you want us to do first because we have Super Farm, Light Pro.
We have everything.
Super Farm, 4-wheel drive, 4-1, Light Pro, 2-wheel drive, Super Stock Diesel 4-wheel drive, Light Super Stock, and the combo of the fuels.
Yep.
So
Short Fighty, quick on the trigger, 4.1.
Stir the pot, stir the pot, stir the pot.
You just want me to go ahead? You just want me to pull up a Word document, or you want me to go into Excel?
Going into Excel, it's a little bit easier. It's a spreadsheet.
All right. Give me 1 second. You're gonna make me figure out how to work Excel on the fly that quickly.
Yeah.
Don't care. I just need a new one.
There's a few on the top of the list that makes sense just because either defending champ or they won the Interly, one region, do well everywhere they go. Silver Series, down the list, whatever you're gonna call it. But
yeah. Come on, expand over, please. Thank you.
Well, the defending champ, and Short Fight knows this is the full bore.
Hang on 1 second. I'm working on it. I thought that sending you that invite would have fixed that, but apparently not.
It did not, unfortunately.
So we're going 4.1s first, right?
Yes, we are.
Right. Sorry, guys. I thought that was going to fix that problem. We'd just be able to pop them up on the screen. We were prepared, we swear.
Swear. Asterisks.
That's not at all what I need to do.
While we have some downtime, to those that think they might know, just throw in the comments who you think we have on our list.
Yep. All right. You see it on the screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. 24. There's 2 sessions of 4-1s, so 2 sessions of it. Down the list.
You've got the comments while I'm sitting here doing this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Because I don't think it's going to let me flip back and forth.
Yeah, I gotcha. So on the top of my list, I have the defending champ, the full bore tractor. Darren Radiman, he won it last year. They had some breakage in the middle of the season, but in the farm show, you win it, you get back in. I think we'll just keep rolling down the list.
Okay.
Second one, we have the Old family. Granted, I don't know if they applied, but he won Enderley, and he won Region 2.
Okay.
So
you said Jacob Bowl.
If Jacob's still watching, could you tell us if you applied or not? Because we could be completely wrong right now.
Just add dirt, right?
Yes, sir. Third one, digging for a living. Chris Ashelman. He won a session last year. He won Region 3, went to Enderley. He applied again. I believe he's doing it. And Jacob,
he was a session winner last year too, I think, in the preliminary round, wasn't he?
Yep. So Jacob applied. We may be right. We may be wrong. I have no idea. This is just our predictions. You got the next one?
No, because I can't see it.
Hyper Harvester. Runner up in the Region 3. Went to was not able to go to Enderley, but he would have showed very strong going there. But he's been there before. They've won a session there before. Kevin's tough. Keep going down the list. I've got both of the 618 tractors. Brent Shore-Fighty, Brett Hackstadt. She gone 4.1, and then Brett's tractor. So 2 there.
Well, if I could spell, it'd be great.
Possibly.
They just put ×2.
Next one on the list is the ITPA champion, and I've got Pocket Change. Another red one.
A good one.
Very good one. Very good one.
They went last year too, didn't they?
What?
Didn't they go last year?
Nope. Did not go to Louisville.
Okay.
This one did, though. I have Adrian Coxon, the Hickory Hooker.
Runs primarily on the Western Series, doesn't he?
Yeah. Yep. Runs the Silver Series, too, so mostly in the PPL side of it.
Oh, yeah.
Next one, we said it was running in the red, one of the Gallus tractors. Very strong running tractor. Been there before. One on the Badger State side of it. They were winning the Silver Series. Through our combined list, that's who we had. I'm going to keep moving down. We're going to the ECI side of it. The ECI champ, we have the Lear family and the Badger Deer. They won a lot on the ECI circuit. They've been there.
Are they the points champions for ECI or no?
Yeah, they were the ECI points champions with that tractor. They've been there before Deering Deer, but this is the newer one, Badger Deer.
Right. Number 11.
Next one, I've got Side Piece, the Outlaw champion.
Yeah, they had a really good year this year.
Yep.
And they're not afraid to jump out of the outlaw sandbox though either.
Nope.
Believe it or not, they run PPL whenever they can, I think.
Yeah. Next, the Dixie Deer.
I know that one pretty well.
One Mid-South.
Yeah,
Next.
I mean, really, really strong running tractor down here for sure. I mean, Mid-South's got a really, really good 4-1 class whenever everybody shows up to one spot. And, I mean, it's a tough class down here.
Now, we go to the OSTPA side of it. They have combined class, but this is one of the higher finished ones in the 4-1s of the category. Got Unfinished Business. It's been there before. Does very well. Next, also OSTPA tractor, we had Jerry Martin. Sorry, Martin Tractors.
You are going way too fast.
Type faster.
I did not spell that right either.
Just go with Martin 60-30. 50-20. Yeah, God.
Unfinished business. What's the other one?
Martin's. Next, guys that run literally everywhere. Steve Bausma, Mike Bausma, Special Edition.
Oh, you went with Special Edition?
Mm-hmm. Limited Edition was out after dropping a valve. Not making as many hooks as Special Edition did.
Yep.
Next would be G-Force.
They had a really good showing at Farm Show last year, didn't they? They made the finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, they got second.
Yeah.
After that, the Badger State champion, John Coots, Digging Deer.
Absolutely no stranger to the Farm Machinery Show hall at all.
Nope. Next one would be actually a little bit of a stranger. Dean Halke, Killing Time. If y'all don't know, he runs NCPA. He won in Toma. He won a couple of hooks. He went to Wisner, showed very well there. Dean just knows how to drive.
Yeah, he does.
Next, we're going to go to the northeast side of the country. We've got two tractors that run the NYTPA. We've got the Secret Weapon, who was there last year, won the championship up there. And then we've got Nick Audit, one of the tractors. They pretty much finished the exact same position in points.
Utter Obsession?
Yeah, that's one I had written down. We're going back to the Outlaws for the next two.
Okay.
First girl on this one, we have moving on, Jamie Yonke.
She had a really good year this year.
She did.
I think this was kind of a breakout season for her. I mean, she's getting that tractor figured out every time she goes down the track, from what I can tell from the results this year.
And when she won, it was pretty substantial.
Yeah.
The next one after that is the rookie of the year for the Outlaws and Lane Paulson. Now, Daly, when she was a rookie, she got in the farm show too. So I think history might repeat itself here.
What's the name of his?
Life in the Fast Lane.
That's it. I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
But I'm Crash, play on names. And then the last two.
Oh, you got 24 there. 618 Motorsports times 2 up here.
What?
Yeah. That's 24, isn't it?
Yeah, you have a name. Remember the name thing up there you gotta eliminate?
Oh, wait. Maybe that is. Hang on. Yeah, I guess you're right. All right, what else you got?
Let's see. So the last two I have the Change of Pace, which is now the Smith family owns that after Begman sold it to them. Yeah. That tractor won the Excalibur points. So, and it was there last year.
Yeah.
And the final tractor, I've got John Meyer and Meyer Performance.
Have they ever been to Farm Show?
Yes.
How do you spell it?
MEIER Performance.
MEIER Performance.
All right. Next class. I've seen Super Farm and I've seen Superstar Diesel trucks. I just need someone to throw it in the comments first.
Come on, work with me. There we go. Y'all still see it on the screen, okay?
Yep.
Okay.
I know it's small, but there's so many that there's there.
Know. What are we going to next?
I've seen two Super Farms. Sorry, Brady. We'll go with trucks after Super Farms.
Yeah, Brady, we'll jump to yours after that. Your brother said, I think Tyler Paddock maybe right on that borderline. I mean, there's so many. There's so many.
No kidding. And the same thing with Super Farms here.
Yeah. Brent won the SSST.
Super stock.
I think he hit the S one too many times.
Probably says super stock trucks, but
yeah, probably.
Well,
I
guess we're going to our class. So
Super Farm.
Yep.
Oh boy. I'm just expecting the comments to start rolling in at any moment.
Hopefully. The first three that I'm going to name off, I expect to be pretty obvious.
Yeah. I
First,
already know the first one off the top of your head.
go.
There tracks. I mean,
Bingo.
What else you need to say? I mean, they took home the points title this year, first green tractor to win it in what, 11? Is it been 11 years in the super farm class?
Yeah, Russell counts
longer. Yeah, I mean, guys had an outstanding season. You're defending champions going into farm show.
Yep.
Hopefully they have the same success. Wish them all the best.
Like I said, obvious. Second one, the PPL champ. Been there every year. Josh Miley.
Yep.
After that,
Hang on. I got the type, buddy. I did not spell that right either. Dadgummit. Oh, well.
Third one, Tanner said it. Ryan Anderson checking out. Swept sandwich at the end of the year. Went to the Enderley. He's won Louisville before. I think that was pretty obvious. Fourth on the list, we have Redweiser. Yeah. I think that was iconic run of last year when he ran it through the barrier wall.
Man, I gotta give kudos to my guys. So they're out of Paris, Kentucky. I mean, they stepped out of their box this year. They ran some NTPA along with the PPL, switching back and as far as I know, they switched back and forth with the intercooler on and off, going in between events. But I mean, this was really their first year in trying to figure out the non-air cooler setup side of it.
Right. Flipping back and forth, it gets you running against a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, they did well.
Got that one down? All right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep railing them off. Screaming Norwegian.
Oh, that's going to be a hard one.
Did very well in PPL points. Third or fourth. Hasn't been there for a couple of years.
Spell the Norwegian.
N-O-R. N-O-R. W-E-G-I-A-N.
E-I what now?
E-G-I-A-N. Jacob, did he have any steering after he hit the sand pile last year? No, it broke the tie rod.
Yeah, but they got it fixed in time.
Yeah, they had to scramble to fix it before the second run.
Yeah, they were talking to me about something about some Ford. I don't know. I was talking to him in broadband after the fact.
Yep.
All right, rock and roll.
The orange one, Thumpin' Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Won a session at TPC.
Probably had a shot to win the whole thing if he hadn't had the tire fall off on the first session. Because, I mean, he ran hard on Saturday. He was out for redemption.
Ready?
Yeah.
Go to the Northeast. 44 special reloaded. Or just put 44 special. We've been there before. They won points again.
Did they really?
Well, their rules are kind of mixed, so
yeah.
Technically a 4-1 won it, but he was a super farm right below that, so
yeah.
I'm gonna consider that a win.
They've ran good at farm show before though.
Yep. Ready?
Yeah.
Next three kind of obvious in sense of they've been there for a millennium. Press on, Lee Butts. Wolverine Deer of Tony Seatsma.
I got ahead of you on that one. I put Wolverine Deer first.
And then My Last Excuse.
3 NTPA tractors, but 3 hard running tractors on top of that.
Russell Dakota Deer. I don't know that the last time they applied.
I don't either.
Because the outlaw charger change is what really gets the people.
Yeah, no kidding.
Got those 3 down?
Yeah, I so wish we could fix that.
Yeah, your screen is small to me. So, the next one, come out of the Badger State, did very well in the Champion Store points, but runs Badger State as well. Twisted Deer.
Ooh, okay.
Yep.
Fritz's are never a slouch.
Nope. Next one, iconic at Super Farm, Don Slama, Fast and Furious. But Will it be down in the seat in Louisville if he gets in? Who knows?
I'm gonna say so. I don't know.
I don't know either.
I guess we'll see when it comes.
Could be Tory, could be his son.
Yeah.
It's up in the air. Now we're gonna hit the regional side of it. And this is where it gets really interesting.
I've got to guess first.
Go.
Thunderstruck.
Bingo.
Can't deny what he does, man. I mean, he's so hard to beat. I mean, I run against him whenever I run during the summer.
Yep.
Just can't. He's tough to beat.
The next two are from up here. The Region 3 champion and the state champion of Wisconsin. The Hustler of Jeff Martin, and then Holy Smokes of Steve Yagi.
You want to talk about a breakout season for the Hustler? I mean, whenever they did as well as they did at Toma this year, I mean, I think that really set the tone for them for this year.
Jeff's been doing this for how long? And
yeah,
you never ever count that man out. No. It doesn't matter if he runs Grand National when it comes to Rockwell, when he goes to Toma, whenever they go to different places. They went to Farley, they go to all the regionals here in Iowa and Wisconsin, and do well everywhere.
Yeah. And he's going to go to the Midwest Winter Nationals, too, for the first time.
Yep.
I can't wait to see how he does there.
All right. Next, we're going the one and only outlaw that I remember since Norca Vaughn went that runs in Farm Show. Spanky's Toy.
Yeah, former session winner, too.
Yep.
Was that the year they had the box charger rule?
Don't quote me on that. I don't know.
I thought so. Someone chime in the comments. I might be wrong.
All right. Next. The guy who won a session last year and won the 2022 Grand National title, Gary Schmink in New Attitude.
Yeah, Gary.
They applied again, expecting that they get in again. Because you win a session, I would expect you to get in again. But who knows? Well, and then we're going to go on Lafayette Mid-South here.
Okay.
Oh, farm fed deer.
Yeah, another good one. I mean, they had a great showing last year. They placed in the top 3 in their preliminary round last year, didn't they?
Yep, made the finals.
Yeah, really good showing from them.
Next, after that, Running Buck Wild. Another deer.
Got a good little mixture of red and green in here.
Yep. This one, yes, the block is red, but it's white. Whoopee Maker.
Ooh, okay.
One Bowling Green, one Region 2, one the Inderley on the regional side.
Did you say that thing? Did you say the sheet metal on that's white?
Yeah, it's white top half hood.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the white brand. I'm like, don't think so.
No.
Because I know where that tractor was before it came up to Michigan.
Yep. Next one. He got second in the preliminaries last year. Does very well in North Carolina.
Bad boy.
Bad boy.
Man, he had a great showing last year.
Yep.
If he hadn't been hot in that pull off, I'm not so sure that he wouldn't have won that, but he had to come right back.
They're all hot indoors like that.
Yeah, I know.
Next one. I don't think this one's going to be a question either. Wicked Whitetail.
Yeah. Had some breakage this summer.
But you won a session at TPC. You won the overall weekend. They did very well in the Midwest region. They've won Farm Show before. Need I say more?
Yeah. Sure.
All right. And then the last one, Maximum Overdrive.
Yep. That was the Bluegrass champion, right?
All right.
At the combo class, too.
All right.
So just so far, 4-1 Super Farms, both. We've done those.
All right. Now for the trucks.
Hang on. I can't.
Or at least one of the trucks.
Come on, you work with me here. I do not like Microsoft Excel, if you can't tell.
Some can operate, some can't.
I'm not one of them.
I wasn't the one that was going to say it, but
I just wasn't prepared to do this.
Anyway,
be different.
Yep. First one, I think this is more or less obvious because you already commented it, and you won last year. Brady Ingram, Shy Diesel.
Yep.
Need I say more?
Yeah, one of those guys that flips back and forth between the 3.6 and Superset Diesel class.
Yep. The next one was actually one of my favorite trucks to look at, and it runs well too. It was new this year, and showed out very well. We put Keith Witt and the American Pride truck.
Yeah, that's the truck that got the couple. He got a couple Grand National wins underneath his belt this summer, didn't he?
I believe so.
I think he
Brady
won somewhere.
Brady, comment if we're wrong here, please.
Yeah,
because
one of
right
them.
now there's a lot of information going on in our brains right now. We're trying to make sure we're right.
Yeah. Can I take a guess at what the next one is?
Go.
Rock Hard Ram.
Bingo. Yeah, Toma. Yeah, I was there for Toma. He did win Toma.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Top 3 in BG. Yep, was there too.
Yep. After Rock Hard Ram, let's go to Tennessee with the Caretaker.
Yep.
Cummins Killer?
And that's when we were contemplating, and
we went back and forth on that one. I mean, I don't know. I hope so.
I
hope so.
My question is, do they have enough pipe to handle indoors?
I would like to think so. After the whooping he put on everybody down in Georgia, I hope he's going.
I want him to go if he applies too. It's like we said, don't know if he applied or not.
Yeah.
And it gives some parity.
It does.
I don't know. Conlon said the next one, Dixie Ram. Caroline counts.
Yeah, I haven't checked with them to see if they apply with that truck. I mean, this was Caroline's first full year on the Mid-South Tour, run that 3.6 class. She won the points this year. I mean, she had several wins underneath her belt. If she applied, I don't see why not.
Right. I don't see why not either.
Are we getting into the 3.6 side of things now, or do you?
No, we've got Kent Crowder as another super stock truck.
Yeah, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Insert that again.
Trying to do it off the top of your head is not the greatest for you, bud.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Gordon, this one is a hard class to predict. Like you said, don't know who applies. That's every class.
Yeah.
Some are maybe a given because they've been there for years. Some are just, hey, we didn't apply this year.
Look, let's peel back the curtain before we even started doing this. We were throwing names in and out of our predictions for these classes before we came on here. I think we kept switching them up to 6:30.
Yeah, because there's some guys that we know personally, like, hey, yeah, by the way, we didn't apply. We're like,
yeah, and we had them in there. We're like, crap. Okay.
And they're even champions too. They're like, yeah, we didn't apply this year, so it's like, shoot
us in the foot.
Well, yeah. Next one, he was there last year, and Boise character, Stony Hargett.
Yeah, sounds of madness. I hope he gets a chance to go back in this year and get a little redemption. He had the fuel pump stuck on him last year and everything. I hope he gets to go back.
Yeah.
Stoney's so much fun to be around during the summer too.
Yeah, that's no joke.
Yeah.
All right.
Take a stroll over to the trailer, see what's in the trailer. Which one did he bring?
Yep. Next, I don't think this one's a surprise too. If we're gonna put it on there, Eric Stacy and Smoking HD.
Yeah, that's fair.
Won the title.
Is it Smoking here or is it Smoking HD still?
Smoking HD.
Okay.
Well, Smoking is just short, but next, and this one, the truck debuted last year. She wasn't in the truck, but she drives it now. Jane Littman and Something to Prove.
I thought she did drive that truck last year.
No, she was not 16.
Oh.
Has Stacy ever been there, aka an NFMS? I have to go to history books. I don't remember if they have or not.
Who, Eric Stacy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He was there like in the early days.
Granted, I was not there.
Yeah, I remember whenever they first brought in that diesel truck class, I think he was the only one running a single Charger. I don't remember.
All right.
I know he was there though. That was back whenever Kellogg and all them went.
Yep. All right. Let's keep rolling here. We got 2 left on the list.
Yep.
Jeremy Yeager and Pipe Dream. He was there last year. Had a very strong showing wherever you went. Georgia or FPP. The Pennsylvania trucks run well.
So are you going with chapter 11 for number 12?
Yep.
Okay.
That's what we've got on the last one for the list.
Yeah. So there's our Superstock diesel trucks.
Next class comment.
Yep, please. I have a feeling I know what they're going to be, but
I also have a feeling.
come on, work with me, dude.
Remember, we have yet to go 4-wheel drives, light pro, 2-wheel drives, and light and heavy supers.
Yep.
Pro stocks, we stated that there are so many pro stocks that, you're pretty much going to get in.
Yeah. I have to change this one over here.
Brady, which one was the 4th place truck? I'm not looking at standings right now. Was that Crosswire or was that a different truck?
What do people want to see next? Duel the fuels. All right, let's go.
All right.
Let's stir it up.
Crosswired. Shane, we've got 12 on there for trucks, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, don't count the name.
Oh, wait. No, we don't. No, we don't.
Did I miss one?
Yeah, crosswired.
You're right. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, my bad. That was probably my bad. I keep on counting the name one as one of them.
Right. Well, in my document here, it's on the bottom of the top page above it where the 2-wheel drives are. It was above the name of the Superstar Diesel 4-wheel drive trucks.
Right.
Anyway, Duel of Fuels is going to be next. We're going to start with the 6 diesels, and then we're going to go into the 6 alky burners after that.
Yes, sir. And we'll see how this turns out. The first year, it was an even split for the finals. Then the year after that, I think it was it 5-1 or was it 4-2 in favor of the diesels?
Which year? This past year?
No, it was the year before that because this year was the alcohols got a little. I don't want to say help, but with them having to run twice.
22 was a diesel sweep. 23, Kent Payne was the only diesel in the final.
Right.
So, all right. Start with the 6 diesels.
All right.
Diesel Superstock Champion, number 1. Kent Payne, Super Rooster.
Yep.
Which I don't think is a surprise either.
No. Lock and load.
Yep. That was actually number 3, but
Who's 2?
Bone Twister.
He's gonna have it back together by then, isn't he?
Oh yeah, they're going back together right now.
Okay, good. Good.
Number 4, and absolutely dominated the first half of the year. Colin Ross triple bypass.
Yeah.
Number 5. This was a stretch, and stretch I mean first haven't even pulled it more than once as new owners. Schultz and the High Tech Redneck.
See it? I mean, why not? They ran Grand National points this year for the majority of the year.
Right, and consider last year, Old Woody was in it last year. That for the initial invite list, they weren't able to go, and Old Woody hasn't ran more than 3 turbochargers in years. So,
yeah.
And number 6, put your brother.
Yeah.
So, could there be another one that fills that? Possibly. I know the Belfances didn't apply. Diggin' Hearts didn't apply. Beyond that,
Scrappy didn't.
Scrappy didn't. Esden
didn't.
So,
as far as we know, anyway. We're acting like we know.
As far as we've been told.
Yeah. So. I mean, didn't get to run a lot, but waiting on parts will do that to you.
Yep. All right. The Alky burners.
All right.
And
hang on. I know which one I want first.
From your memory?
Yeah.
Go.
Armed and Dangerous HD.
And I don't think that one comes to surprise. I mean,
no.
Won it last year. Cody's first year. Won the BG ring. Won a couple polls. I don't think that one's a question. And I don't think having a second one in there is Terry Blackburn being extremely armed and dangerous.
Yep.
Is that a question either? I mean, one of the only V8s that's going to be there, or most likely going to be there. Been there for years. Terry's, you can't say super stocks without Terry Blackburn.
Yeah.
So, then we went to North Carolina. We're going to go lot number 2.
Yeah.
John's no stranger to farm show.
No
stranger to driving anything at all. After that, guy who missed a year, Jeff Hotham.
He kicked off this year strong, didn't he? Did I lose you? Dang it, his internet froze again. Gordon Cox thinking Keener and Bambi. If they applied, maybe. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea. Come on, White. Yeah, y'all get in your comments for who you guys want to see the next Class B after Super Stock. I mean, we've still got, Jared Jones, you're right. Jeff Hurt with the running bear. That was our next one, PPL champion. You're absolutely right. Let's see. We've still got Light Pros. We've got two-wheel drive. We've got Modified. We got Mod 4x4 to go. Travis Tilton, he said Light Pro. All right, we will be going to Light Pro next. And then I think Wyatt just texted me and said that his internet crashed. Nope, here he is.
Boy, that was weird.
Yeah, I know. What in the world, dude?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
That's the second time for your internet.
I know. I'm sorry.
Yep. We have fully loaded and running bear, and I kind of summarized them.
And then the final one is Ruttendeer too.
Yep. That was who I couldn't think of. I'm like, I know we had another green one, but who is it?
Well, it's their first time applying. First time applying as a champion. I mean, I would think Zane would get in.
Right.
He's like, I hope so. All right. Oh, Lord. Travis Tilton says Light Pro. We're going Light Pro.
Yeah, I know. I saw that, and I was like, okay, sure.
I want to know his plans for the future because that kind of shocked me when that happened.
Yeah, I think that kind of shocked all of us.
So, in the case of my internet going away, can you please let me know as soon as possible so I can get on that?
Yeah.
All right. We're good here?
Yep. Here's the one. This is the one that we were debating so hard about too, man. I mean,
this was the argumental class. I'm not even kidding you.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we're probably going to make some people mad with it, but oh well.
Yeah. My sick polling says we applied. We had an awesome year, but it's a tough group we're up against to get in for sure. That is no joke.
Where do you see? Oh, there they are right there. Yeah. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. Awesome. We hope to see y'all there. You guys run really good all summer.
Yeah, like I said, we could be completely wrong. So
yeah, we hope so.
Like I said, we don't know who applied. So
yeah.
Some of them, at least. All right, Light Pro. How we got that topped off? Oh, the defending champion, Weekend Mistress.
Yes, sir.
Which
Was anyone? I don't want to discount what they did last year, but were they in the top of the talking about to win that class last year at all?
You want me to be blunt, or do you want me to just go off of rankings or whatever? No.
It was one of those special runs, but I mean, this year they've continued to prove why they belong and why they did what they did. They've had an absolutely awesome year. I don't think a repeat's out of the cards for these guys.
No, it's not. We're not going to put it out of question.
Oh.
All right, number 2. Been there before, got second. Controversial if he went out of bounds or not. Alan Cook, Black Thunder.
Yeah.
I mean,
he's had some adventures at Farm Show.
Yeah, I will say his appearances at Farm Show are eventful.
Yes.
All right, let's keep rolling down the list. The first blue one we've ever said tonight. Well, actually, second blue one. I'm lied. Spanky Soy is the first one. Fast Forward is the next one.
Yeah, bro. That Pennsylvania group, Silver Series points champion this year.
Yep. All right. Next, keep on the East Coast. Devin Riggin, the Bandit.
Now, you want to talk about one. Last year, the Midwest Winter Nationals was the first time that tractor ran Light Pro with the pump on it and everything, because he usually runs Mod Turbo. He switched back and forth this year, but now that he's been to Farm Machinery Show and he's already registered to go to Shipshewana again and run Light Pro to dial in his indoor setup before then, that's one that I could see. I mean, the way he ran at Weeklands to end the year, why not?
Yeah, that was bar none impressive.
Yeah.
So, and I'm going to keep with the Bandit theme here. We're going to go Barnyard Bandit, Evan Smoot.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any question there of his success this year.
Yeah. He had a really good year.
Been to Farm Show before. So, next we're going to go down the East Coast to North Carolina. We're going to, honestly, any of the 3 of the Beasley tractors, more or less Power Hound.
Beasley.
The end of the year with Power Hound quite impressively. They absolutely ran over people at North Carolina State Fair. They run well.
Yep.
So I don't think they've been there before. I don't think that's out of question. So, and Travis, he was right with this one. Trainwreck. Noah Allison. He's going to Shipshewana, more or less, and kind of saying that he applied for Farm Show.
Going to get some indoor experience before he goes to the big dance.
Yeah, that's what we expect at least.
Yeah.
Next, gonna go the Outlaw Champ, Hostile Environment.
There's another name for that tractor.
Yep. Bush Hand. Bush Like Hand's one of them. Not a stranger to Farm Show Dirt. So
no,
I don't think, honestly, only one tractor on the rest of our list has gotten no experience with Farm Show Dirt. So
yeah.
Next one, Shag Nasty.
That's another one that registered for Shipshewana that I was kind of like, oh, really?
I think that's a segue in what they want to do and what we think will happen. But
I mean, they've won it before, haven't they?
Yeah.
From the number 1 spot, I think the year they won it.
Yep. And the end of the year in Monroe, Wisconsin, and come from Missouri, and they won there too.
Yep, so, exactly.
Next on the list, we have one of the Meadows tractors.
2 Relentless.
Yes, sir. Was there last year. It wouldn't surprise me if they get it again. Local. So.
Yeah, I mean, he got 3rd in the PPO points this year on the Silver Series too.
Yeah.
Had good showings. I mean, he did really well to start off the year in Macville.
Right. Yep. There you go. And the last 2, and Believe we contemplated the last two with guys out east, guys out west. Believe this is hard. I mean, we can predict all we want. We don't know.
Man, there's about 6 or 7 names you could interchange here towards this part of it. I mean, it's
bingo. 11 spot, we put the second Smith tractor, the other blue one.
Yeah. What's it called? Does it have a name?
It doesn't have a name. So, and then the final one, we've already seen dyno runs of it up in Ryan Salamane's. Demented.
Automatically, you know that tractor's going to be tough whenever it shows up.
Mm-hmm.
So, we will definitely see what happens.
When the list comes out, we'll compare. All right.
Yep.
We've got 2-wheel drives and we've got light supers. Shane, 2-wheel drives, light supers, and 4-wheel drives.
Let's get 2-wheel drive.
All right.
Hang on, man. I'm going to skinny up this one. This one could be skinnied up.
Just double click it. All right. 2-wheel drive. For God's sakes, it's the biggest class there is. And to nail this down to 24 names, I mean, there's 280 plus of these things. So
yeah, there is.
It's and the first one, I mean, iconic name in polling. They're my neighbors, for God's sakes. The Simons. Simon says Chevy. Simon says Chevy. That's the one we have on the list. Next one, they have a new truck, but we're gonna go with the one that is the the leader of the pack, at least on the edge. Russ Nichols.
Yeah,
very strong miles last year.
He ran his tires there last year, didn't he?
Yep, and they showed out very well.
Yeah, he did,
especially with Brent Seacrest, who is also on the list. Nothing easy about it.
Yep. Is it Bout It?
Yes, Bout It. B-O-U-T. All right. Next one on the list, we're going to go 2 of the Texas trucks. Both show very well. Little Whip and Whip It. I mean, the strong on the Outlaw series.
Yeah.
Yeah, they win.
Oh, by the way, did you see the Midnight Motorsports post earlier today?
Did we?
Oh, man. I saw that, and I just automatically get excited because you know who it is. And,
right.
I mean, you should just get excited automatically.
Yep. Granted, we have one of their trucks on the list. Actually, we have 2 trucks on the list. One being the Champ.
Yeah.
Sweet
Revenge.
I mean, not a stranger to farm show dirt. Bethany really knows how to drive. They're tough trucks.
Yeah.
And let's put the second one on there. We have Midnight Gambler, one of the most unique trucks out there.
Midnight Gambler. I wonder what that body is going to look like because it was black whenever we saw it earlier today.
Mm-hmm. Next one is the Outlaw Champ, which don't know if he applied or not because they have no source. But another bad decision of Ray Miller. Like I said, Outlaw Champ. If they apply, what suspect did they get in? So, next one. His mom is no stranger to farm show with this truck, but it was his rookie year on it. Mason Theobald and Wicked.
Okay. I was really confused where you were going with that for a second. I'm like, wait, what?
Remember, there's also 300 of these trucks, so it could be a multitude of people.
Yeah.
All right.
Do you throw any Mid-South guys in there?
Yes.
Okay.
There are Mid-South on this list. Next are 2 of the Petro trucks, which Petro is synonymous to 2-wheel drive. Buckeye Hauler Kathy's Complaint.
What about Joey's?
You know, like I said, it's a toss-up. There's a whole lot of trucks on that team. Joey led the points for a long time this year. Did very well, but who knows if he applied or not. I would suspect with the history of the trucks that Buckeye Hall and Kathy's Complaint are in, because 9 championships in a row.
Yeah.
Never know who the committee's going to pick. Next on the list, going back to Texas, another synonymous name, the Zycheks, Texas two-step.
Yeah. I remember whenever they used to have the roll cage on the, was it Gunsmoke? The old school roll cage look on the two-wheeler. It was awesome.
Yeah. Next truck, one of the Bowling Green winners of a session. I think we've all heard of the thing by now. Full pull app truck.
Yeah. Good running truck. I mean, they went literally everywhere this year. They showed up to Hopkinsville, Kentucky, my hometown pool this year, and I'm just kind of like, well, hey, what are you doing here?
They went all the way to Rock Valley, Iowa for Owl Hook.
Yeah, they did. I mean, they truly traveled the circuit, and I mean, yeah, they should get in just for running all over the map.
You would think. Next on the list, and it's already said in the comments, Ashley Corazine rekindled.
Yeah.
The ITPA champion.
I mean, I know we're not supposed to have bias here, but that truck, the way it looks, it's my favorite truck. I can't help it.
Hey, looks ain't bias.
Oof. I love the way that truck looks. Did your internet freeze again? Goodness. All right, well, his internet froze again, y'all. Odell and two-timing. That might be on Wyatt took the two-wheel drives. We kind of split up the classes and everything, and we conferred on a lot of these. Apex, I'm going to be willing to bet. Big Stick. That's our next one from the Sullivan camp. Had an absolute awesome showing at Bowling Green. I mean, I think they ran, they ran reset sled, ran again, then got the pull-off. And your NTPA points champion this year with the Sullivan team. Wyatt, are you back?
Yeah, I'm here. It's all right.
Sweet. Everything, and we conferred on a lot of these.
I'm sick of where I was.
Apex. What'd you do? Switch it to your phone?
No, I just switched locations.
Big Stick.
All right.
You want to turn off our stream in the background in there?
Yeah, I got you.
Or turn it down or something, because hearing our phones is weird. Yeah. All right. We got Big Stick. What you got next?
Big Stick, and then we went Sawmill Express.
Yeah, Tim Beatty.
Yep.
I love that truck.
It's a good-looking truck.
Wish he'd come run with us every once in a while, though. He lives in Tennessee.
I'm just going to keep rattling them off here. Mid-South truck here. Wesley Foster and barbed wire.
Never go wrong with the barbed wire.
Nope. Next on the list, we have Wild and Blue from North Carolina. Another champion down there.
Yeah. They were rookies last year. They led off the class last year, and their rookies shot at the farm show.
Next on the list, and it's already said in the comments. Actually, 2 of them are said in the comments here. The 2-time truck of the Odells, OSTPA champion. And then Old Blue of Mayhill.
Now, Simon had that truck, right?
Yes, that is an old Simon truck.
Okay.
Sweet. Brandon used to drive it a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. How many do we have left on here?
You've still got 3 left here.
Yep. Yep, I got 3 left. Last 3. Another OSTPA truck. I'm going sauced up with Keeners.
Saw stuff?
Mm-hmm. Sauced up.
Oh, sauced up.
Yep.
Yeah, please. I mean, that's former Superstock Open runners, and now they've stepped into the two-wheel drive area.
Yep. And then the last two, both from the Outlaws, Buffalo's Chip and Texas Bullseye.
Did I spell that right?
I think you did. Let me pull up. Yep. All right. On to the last two. We're going to go full drives next, just so we can get them out of the way.
Okay.
All right.
Man, am I going to have to save this in a file and email it to myself so we can post it later?
Probably.
I figured.
All right. Last two classes.
Are we seriously at the last two classes already?
Yep. Full drives and light supers.
Man, we save light supers for last.
All right. Full drives. We're just gonna rattle them off.
Kind of a crapshoot, honestly.
Kind of a crapshoot. Our brains are getting tired.
Yeah.
Right off the bat, Carmen foster child, won it last year.
Yeah, Carmen.
Next, we're gonna go with the radical, Steve Clem.
I didn't see him run at Elizabethtown for the first time ever, besides farm show.
Yeah, they've been in the farm show countless times.
Golly.
Countless times.
That's going back before I was born, if that tells you anything.
Yeah. Next on the list, we put down Jim Bosch and the Midnight Raider.
Nothing else needs to be said.
Nope, not at all.
Besides a bad man who does bad things to good people.
Yep. Next, another no stranger to farm show dirt. We've got The Rock of the Skeletons.
Again, what else needs to be said?
Exactly. Next, we're going to Just in Time.
Justin Grace.
Yep.
Saw them run their open pool drive truck at a couple of local hooks around here this summer. That was fun to watch them kind of play around with the blower.
Yep. No stranger to farm, at least running forward drives.
No.
Next on the list, we're going to go the Outlaw Champ, the Thumper truck.
Thumper. We don't
Very
know
strong.
if he applied, though, either.
Right. Some of the Outlaws don't know if they did or not. The next one, another Outlaw truck. Their last year kind of had excitement on the track. Risky Business.
Yeah. He was the one who led off the whole show last year, wasn't he?
No, that was Grounds for Divorce.
Oh, okay.
Which didn't start. Next one, the guy does all the rapping on these trucks. Mick Broughton and Shock Treatment.
Shock Treatment.
And can I say it that if he would have made it to every Grand National hook, and I've talked to this with multiple people, he would have won the Grand National points or have gotten second.
Which one did he miss?
Farley. The
Really?
opener. He missed the opener.
Huh. Okay.
Stuff happens in life.
Yeah.
Next is the runner-up in Grand National points, Rule 19, 2022 Grand National champion. Won a lot this year again. Need I say more? That why wouldn't he get in again?
Yeah, exactly. By the way, everyone that stuck around with us for the full 2 hours, we appreciate it. I just want to say that now.
We promise we'll be over soon.
Yeah, I had a feeling this is what was going to happen, but we're fine.
Yep. All right, the last three trucks. Southern Belle.
Did that one get sold or no?
Believe not. I don't believe so.
Is it BELL or is it BELLE?
BELLE. I have it spelled here.
Okay, good.
And then last two, no strangers, Foxy Lady and Benjamin.
Foxy Lady's an interesting one for me.
Right.
Because he didn't run all the outlaw hooks this year, I don't think, just based off his points totals. But he did really well there last year.
Yes.
So, I mean, maybe to be applied.
I mean, he was there last year, too. I mean, strong. If you have a strong showing at everywhere you go when you win,
I mean, he got second there last year, didn't he?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah, you got second.
Yeah.
All right, now for the final class.
The main event.
Yep. Light supers.
Now, you want to talk about another one that was a head scratcher?
Yeah, besides outside of the few champions that there were, PPL and CPA.
Just insert said name here.
Pretty, yeah. Mm-hmm. That bingo.
Oh, wait, no, dude, we still got modifieds to go.
Why don't I have them on my list?
I have them. I have mine.
All right. Just making sure.
Yeah.
God, now we can go even longer. Light supers. I'm just going to name them off and you can just type them.
We're not forgetting another class, right?
No, we're not, because we're not doing pro stocks.
Okay, good deal.
Bobby Jones. Won a lot on the Champions Tour. I mean, a lot.
Just
a lot.
A lot.
Next guy who won it last year, Martin Daniel / Daniel Northcutt, On the Edge.
Yep.
And I don't think that one's going to be a surprise at all.
Nah.
Third, NCPA champion, Terry or Josh Blackburn, Armed and Dangerous.
Considered?
Yes. Next.
Hang on. Can't type. I'm just going to put consider A and D.
Yep.
People get the idea.
Yep. Next, we have Adam Spiegelberg, Detonator Black. Runner-up in Grand National points. Very close to winning the title. Very strong showing. He got runner-up last year when count him out again. Next on the list, go the ITPA. We're going to go Jacob Kessler in the night shift.
Yeah. Did you skip one?
No, I did not.
Right below Blackburn?
No, I got Blackburn.
No, I'm talking about the one that was below Blackburn that I sent you.
Kevin Essery.
Yeah. I didn't know if you skipped it or what happened there.
Nope.
Mid-South Points champ.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And another one that runs on Mid-South plus runs NTPA Grand National. Damn near the closest people that live to Louisville.
Yeah.
Larry and Brandon Phillips. So
probably with the red one and the green one.
I would suspect so.
Do I need to just put it below that just so it doesn't mess it up?
Right.
Okay.
Let's go
Hang on,
Brandon and Larry. All right. Next on the list, Rex Kuhn, Letterbuck. Brand new track. Well, new sheet metal on the tractor this year. Same chassis, same engine, same as before. So. Next, we have.
Hey,
Cody.
By the way, on the Letterbuck, that was really our first tractor that we were able to break whenever we first created this.
When we created this page, yeah. That was the first big post we had.
Yeah. You want to talk? We thought that the numbers we reached on that post were huge.
Mm-hmm.
Little did we know what was to come.
Yep. All right.
Sorry, I had a little reminiscing moment there.
No kidding. We've got 3 tractors to go. All good tractors. Colton Whitworth.
Yeah.
Take your pick. They're pretty much identical tractors.
Hang on. That's the one I'm going with.
Yep. Next, Alabama, go to Cody Haney.
JB.
And then to round this all off, we've got to replace who we had, Marcus Weddleson.
Yeah.
Who's not going. Tennessee Tracks. Need to say any more about Jake, the Fuquay family, Tennessee Tracks, and what that tractor has done at Farm Show?
Man, he didn't get to run a lot this year. He didn't.
No.
Which is really unfortunate, but
which is really rare from that tractor.
Yeah. He was down all year long. But I mean, farming and parts, and sometimes you just have to do what makes your bread first.
Yep. All right. Let's
I
finish this off.
wish you could type the last class and I could do the talking for the last one.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And this one was a lot of mainstays in the modified
ooh.
class. And I don't think it's a
Ooh.
surprise in who we've got on the list. And then there's two on here that honestly they're toss-ups. So
I wouldn't say toss-ups. I mean, just
that's in application terms.
good, but don't know.
Yeah. All right, let's start it off. Ready?
Yeah. You want me to go first, or you want it?
You go.
I'm going up to New York for the first two at Tom Owens. Granted, it's not sold by then.
Ramblin' Rose.
Ramblin' Rose, and then Dylan Owens with Thorn. I probably need to put the name of the tractors on here instead. Don't you imagine?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's implied.
Well, that's what we did. The rest of them.
Yep. All right.
Yep.
The next two. Let's go 3 engines on both of these. Craig Corzine, second degree burn. And Doug Theobald in the full-blown wicked.
I don't have a problem with either one of those. Up next, we're going up to Minnesota, and we're going to go Brett Berg and the Money Maker.
Dustin Reeves, you said Evening Thunder. That's under Light Superstocks versus Kevin Essery.
Yeah, I need to go over here and change this one too. Hang on. This is going to drive me crazy. Sorry. That was going to drive me nuts if I didn't do it.
No, you're good. All right. You got Brett Berg?
Yeah. Let's go to Illinois.
Steve Bollinger, Money Pit.
All screwed up.
Well, not for Farm Show.
Nah, it's still all screwed up.
Yeah. No screw chargers.
I'm talking about the not having the Allisons on there anymore.
Yeah.
Still
The next one is the defending champion and Papa Wayne Sullivan.
Yeah. I was lucky to draw him last year.
Yep. That was quite a show that Wayne put on there.
Yeah.
The next two come from the same stable. One is a new tractor. One is an iconic one. Bill and Shan Leichner, Dirt Slinger and Dirt Slinger X.
So you know what the X stands for on that, right?
I don't.
Yeah, that's the 10th edition of Dirt Slinger they've done.
Really?
Yeah. I heard it on TV the other day.
That's wild.
I thought that was cool.
That is cool.
Let's go to Corporal Punishment next. Light Unlimited, that tractor was really, really happy with just 2 engines on it.
Yep.
So I'm sure he's getting in.
Well, man, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chassis on this list.
Yeah.
Then the last two, one was owned by this family, and the other one is the family. Brand Simon Says, Grand National Champion, and the one they used to own, and the Irish Challenger 2.0 of the Walsh team.
I really hope they go. I want to see that tractor run in person. I haven't got to see it run in person yet. All right, my fingers hurt.
Cross the finish line. There it is.
Man, what a show tonight, though, y'all. We will put these up in a post as in picture form, I'm sure. Man, what a show tonight. Like we said before, we have absolutely zero idea of who's in what class and all that. We will.
We're just told to get them done because maybe the lists are coming out sometime next week.
Yeah, potentially. They said, or the people I talked to some history people, and they kind of followed the trends back a couple, 3-4 years. And they say if you're going to do it, you might as well do it, because if you don't, you're not going to get the chance to do it.
Yep.
But I will be curious to see how close we get.
We'll keep track.
Yeah, for sure.
So For those that are still watching, tell your friends about us. How we're right, how we're wrong. Tell them about the podcast. Remember, we're not just a polling podcast.
No.
As said tonight with Spencer, that was still really cool.
Whenever I tell you the number that I saw for that, after we get off here, your head will spin for a second.
But thank you, everyone. It's been hell right so far. Have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
To those celebrating it. I know I'm gonna be traveling, but thank you all for the support. Let's keep bugging. Any guest suggestions or topic suggestions for next shows to discuss? Heated ones, I don't care. Give it to us.
Yeah, I think next show is going to be the show that we kind of.
Oh, let's get spicy.
Yeah, I think it's time for that show.
Yep,
I do. I mean, yeah, but I mean, Wyatt said it, guys. Thank you guys from both of us. I mean, without you guys, we're nothing. I mean, whenever we started this thing in June, we didn't think we'd be up to 5,200 followers already.
Heck, I didn't think we'd have Courtney Enders commenting on our show.
Yeah, there's that. I mean, just the guys we've gotten interviews so far. I mean, the doors that this has opened up for us in the motorsports world, not just in the pulling world. I mean, it's been awesome. And without you guys supporting us and doing it, we couldn't do it. So just thank you to everyone. Be safe traveling tomorrow. If you are, and then cherish the time with your families, because you never know when the last time could be. But from all of us here at the Motorsports Almanac, everyone's not here. Happy Thanksgiving, and we will see you guys. I think it's December 6th is going to be our next show.
Yep. Maybe
it won't be as long as this one.
Nope. But anyway, signing off.
Right.
Peace.
See you guys.